Hi there, so in this video we're going to go through the process of turning a circuit diagram into a Boolean expression. If by one odd question they ask you to go from a circuit diagram to a truth table, then just go from a circuit diagram to a Boolean expression and then from the Boolean expression to the truth table, which is how you would do it. So I think it's unlikely they would do that because they know that's what you'd have to do, and that would be two questions. So anyway, how do we do it? Well, like in most things, you start on the top left over here and you work across until you meet something. So we start there and we've got an A. Okay, so the first thing we see is an A. As we move across, we find a not. So you might be tempted to write not there. But the thing with not always goes before the thing that it was just before. So if you see A and then a not, then actually write not A. It's annoying, you have to just get used to that, but it's just how not works, because it's always a not of the next thing. It's not a not of the previous thing, it's a not of the next thing. And of course A was before it here, but you have to put it after here. So then you go across and you see an AND gate. So I'm going to put AND in. Now when you reach a major gate like AND or, you don't keep going, you finish off the gate. So we've done A, not, but obviously it goes not A, into the AND, and then I go back this way, and I see that it's not B, which actually works out correct on the way back. So not B, okay, and that would be the answer to the first one. It's not A and not B. So that's not a very difficult one, but you know, so it might come up in the exam. You never know. Here's a more difficult one, and we'll go through that one and I'll draw a bit more detail. So we start off here as always, and we're going to head in there. So we've got A, or, then as I go in the or, I go back and I see B, brilliant. And now I carry on. So I've done A or B, for those who don't get that. I've gone A from here into the or and written or, I've gone back from the or and written B. But now I go back here and I have to move on down here into the AND. So then write AND, and then I go back from the AND and I write a C, because I finish off the AND gate. So I've gone down there, back there and written C. Now this actually won't work if I leave it like that, because AND has priority. So actually what this would be B into an AND gate with a C first, because AND takes priority, and then into the OR gate with the A, like that. So that would be the gate there, A or B and C. Now that is not what we've got. We've got A or B and C, so you need to be careful. So if you've got an OR gate and an AND gate, and the OR gate is first, you must make sure you put brackets around it like that. And then now we're going to get the correct result so far. Okay, so that is correct so far. So that is just that. Now we need to do not. Now you might think, you go across, and as everyone does, a lot of the students do, they see a not after all this, and they think not must come at the end because it's at the end of this. But the problem is, as I said, if not's after something, then it has to go before. So actually a not at the end goes at the start, because it's a not of all of the results. So all of this knotted. So it needs to be here. Now when you do a not at the end, you've got to put brackets around all of it, because it's a not of all of this. It's basically the opposite. If that had come out as a 1, this would make it a 0. So it's not just a not of this thing here, it's a not of all of the result of that. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is pause the video for a second. I want you to pause the video, and then I want you to have a go at the diagrams. The first one on the worksheet that looks like that. So I want you to have a go at that, and then I will go through it in a second. Right, so here you should have realised straight away that it goes A and B, and then that goes into an OR gate itself. So then it goes forward into an OR and then back to a C. Now we don't need to do brackets here. If you really like brackets, you can you know, put brackets in if you really want. I mean, but the reality is you don't need them, because, and hopefully you should know this, although my can't seem to do brackets very well, because and that's priority anyway. So even without the brackets, and goes first. A bit like times in you know, going before plus in maths. So I won't put the brackets in. And as before, you can see that there's a not gate here. So not of the entire result. So because it's a not at the end, it goes at the front, and then you just put brackets around the whole thing like that. And that would be it. A and B or C, and the not of the whole lot. Okay. So have a go at the two other ones on the sheet and show them to me, and I'll see if you got them right. The last one's very, very hard. And in the last one, which is really a super extension and won't be in the exam, but I just wanted to see if you want to try it. If the lines cross over each other, but there's no black dot on them, they're not actually touching. So lines that just go over each other don't touch.